Hey, here is another math at home scenario. So, this isn't necessarily, you wouldn't think of it this formally, but they're behind the scenes of a lot of things in life, there's math. So, I love Frozen 2. That's a movie that came out recently. They released it on Disney Plus early. Um, and so, figuring out if you have enough time to watch a movie, that's something that you could um, be using math for, maybe even making some estimates here. So I looked at Frozen 2. It's an hour and 43 minutes. So, first of all, it's in two different units, hours and minutes combined. You could have it all one unit, but this is the typical way of writing it. So, the question is, let's say that it is 7 o'clock and my bedtime, I know right now probably not a lot of you have bedtimes if you usually do. Let's say our bedtime's 8:30. Well, it's pretty obvious if the movie's an hour and 43 minutes, you don't have time because right now you have an hour and a half until bedtime. So, comparing just like that is one way of looking at the time and saying, "Hey, do I have enough time for this?" Another way is, I'm going to watch this movie, but I would like to spread it out. Maybe you don't want to sit the whole time. Maybe you know you don't have enough time between other things you're doing. So, how could you break that up into maybe I want to watch it over 3 days? Well, you are going to have it over one unit. So, that 1 hour and 43 minutes, we could talk about it like it was hours, but you're going to deal with decimals or fractions. So let's make it all into minutes so that we know what we're talking about here. And sometimes you will see movies that say 127 minutes or 134 minutes. So knowing how much time that is, there are 60 minutes. I'm going to show you this in just a second in 1 hour. So that is a unit rate that is a set unit rate that's true in our world. So sometimes you find unit rates and sometimes those are given ones, such as 60 minutes is 1 hour, 60 seconds is 1 minute, 12 feet is 1 inch, that kind of stuff. I said that backwards, didn't I? 12 inches is 1 foot. There we go. So we are using this unit rate, and if I know that it's 127, I know that's 2 hours, and then there's 7 extra. So I know it's 2 hours and 7 minutes. So let's start with our hour and 43 minutes. I know that 1 hour needs to be that 60 minutes. Put that together with my 43, I have 103 minutes. Well, how could I break that up into 3 sessions? Okay, so let's use a little bit of estimating because this isn't an exact science. You don't need to know exactly how many minutes you need to stop at or anything like that. So let's say, hey, I watched it for half an hour a day. Well, if you watched it for half an hour a day, you'd have a half an hour the first day, a half an hour the second, so that total span would be an hour, and then another half hour. So an hour and a half. Is that enough time to finish this movie? No, because it's an hour and 43 minutes, not an hour and a half or an hour and 30 minutes. So a little bit more than a half an hour. And that's probably as rough as you'd get because you don't want to be stuck looking at the time or anything like that or set a timer to watch that movie because you don't want to be in the middle of a song or the middle of an important scene or something like that. But if you say, hey, I'm going to watch it for roughly 30 minutes a day, give or take, and on the last day I might have some extra time because there are 13 extra minutes there. Sometimes movies also include that, like all the stuff at the beginning or the credits at the end in that time. So if you said for 3 days, I'm going to watch it about 30, maybe you'd even say 35 minutes because that would give you that extra 15 minutes. You could definitely do like 35 minutes and plan on it. But we use all of those skills of estimating even time and money without even formally thinking about that being math, but that is at home math. So talk to you later, guys.